them. They are intermittent, they don't deliver continuous power. Therefore, they emit more CO2 under most conditions because of the spinning reserve that has to be kept constantly there in fossil-fueled power stations, inefficiently burning, than if you didn't have them. And they do environmental as well as human harm. Now, the first thing is we don't actually really need them, because the ocean, the best guide to whether there's any global warming, is indeed warming, but at a rate equivalent only to 1 Celsius in 430 years. So when they say the warming has gone hidden in the ocean, no, it hasn't. We can measure it all the way down to about 2 kilometers deep. It ain't warming. What we need to know is how much of the global CO2 emissions that would otherwise have occurred in the 20-year lifetime of these turbines from next year until 2035 will be abated if we have these turbines. Well, now they will generate something like 1/176th of total UK electricity. It's a big wind farm. UK electricity accounts in turn for 1/200th of all global CO2 emissions. And you multiply those two together, and you therefore get the percentage of global CO2 emissions that this wind farm will abate over its 20-year lifetime. It's less than 0.0003%. Concentration of CO2 at the end of the 20-year lifetime of these turbines be compared with what it would be if we didn't have the turbines. Now today, 400 parts per million in the atmosphere, in 20 years' time, 460. But if we have these turbines, then using the IPCC's own equation, mainstream science again, there would be a reduction in CO2 concentration from 460 to 459.998. These turbines are only rotating once every 3 seconds. It's quite slow. Because they're so big, the tips are rotating at a speed of around 300 kilometers an hour. And there's simply the ratio of the circle to their diameter. It's all there. And this is what happens to the birds. It's not very funny. It happens over and over again. I could show you literally thousands of pictures like this. It's happening in Scotland all around me at the moment. From 2/3 of the Scottish landmass, you can see these windmills, and so can the birds until it's happening. And if we go on being silly about measures to make it go away, which even if it were happening, would be prodigiously expensive, totally pointless, and, in the case of windmills, altogether ineffective.